youngrichnation.blogspot.com.
Dea Pierre, founder and designer of 34T.
34T. Okay, then. That's your clothing line by itself?
Yes. All created by me. Designs, concepts.
Okay, now. So, where'd you get the name from?
What happened was that I started off doing graphics, and like I always had an idea that I'd be like, oh, that's a cute shirt, that's a cute shirt. So one day I decided that, you know, I'd want to start up a little t-shirt line, and me and my best friends, we all kept trying to think of names for it. Like we write down things on a piece of paper, crumble it up, put it out, but we never came with a name. And one day I was chilling by our house, and I have a habit of talking to my breasts. This is Brenda, and this is Kendra, it's BK. And my best friend was just like, why don't you just name it after your breasts? So it's like, so I decided to go on my breast size, 34T. Well, I remember there was a clothing company called Animal House, and they did vectors, and I also wanted to get into doing vectors. So I had to stop and ask them, like, on advice on how do I get started with doing shirts and stuff. And they gave me a site where they do screen printing the shirts, they send it out to you and everything. But it was costly, and in my position, I really didn't have the funds for that. So I already knew the concept with screen printing. I YouTube it, I Googled it, I researched it. After a while, one day I just bought the supplies and I practiced it. I messed up a lot. There was a lot of trial and error, there was a lot of money wasted, but I got the technique, I got the concept of it. So pretty much I ordered my shirts like blank wholesale, and I print out all the shirts myself. So when people order it, I print it out fresh and I mail it out.
So it's like brand new, okay.
Yep.
You get a custom shirt.
34T, yep. Made with love.
Exactly. Alright, so where are you from? So people know where you're from.
I'm from Brooklyn, Flatbush. I actually, like, if somebody was to tell me, like, when I turned 19, 18, 20, whatever, that I was actually going to be a line, I wouldn't believe it, because in my area, it's just like, only thing that people focus on was getting money or staying on Flatbush. Nobody really had that much. People that I hung out with didn't have that much dreams and aspirations to leave Flatbush. And even myself, I was kind of stubborn that I never wanted to leave Flatbush. But through some trials of life, I ended up getting moved to the Bronx, and I realized that I'm bigger and better than Flatbush. Like, I will always love Flatbush, always love Brooklyn, but I felt like me moving out of Brooklyn was a good move because now I can do more. And when I reach the status I want to reach, I'd be like, I came from Brooklyn, you know, I made it from nothing to something.
Flatbush, yeah.
So who actually influenced you?
Who influences me? Person-wise, it would have to be my friend who's near and dear to my heart. He actually helped me push, like, to actually do it, because it always be a thought. And then one day he was like, yo, you really need to do it. And I remember, he does music, I remember I used to watch him, like, he's just so motivated, so driven that it made me want to, like, do more, be more. And so he kind of, like, without purposely doing it, gave me the push to actually go ahead and do my line. So it's like, now I find other people that are motivated and do things as well, and like I secretly compete with them in my head, but it's a nice little competition.
Top 3 people that actually helped you at your line.
Top 3 people that helped me to get where I'm at. Classic of BFG from the Bronx. My best friend Takia, she's also my partner. She's my creative designer and selection director. Can we fix that part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
keep going.
Okay. My best friend Takia, she's my creative designer and my selection advisor. Like, she helps me pick out the models or contest winners and stuff like that. And I would have to say my Aunt Gemma, because I don't really, like, I'm not that close to my family anymore. Like, I love them all to death, they all love me, but I'm very distant kind of now. Like, we don't keep in contact so much. But my aunt, no matter what, she always pushes to be in my life. She always tells me that, you know, she just helps me not half-ass things. Like, she just bought me a sewing machine. That's what I want to do, like, custom pieces for my line to release for next year. And she's like, you better make sure I see the first thing you do. So, like, those are 3 big pushes in my life.
So we get second, right?
Yes, you get second.
Alright, so as far as the brand 34D, what do you see in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, well, of course, it has to be in Cali, Tokyo, and London. Those are my 3 fantasy places. There's gonna be shops there. I'm gonna have my whole like underwear line because it's 34D. So you know I have to do it right for the ladies. I have the bras and the panties, you know. My line is a unisex line, but I want to branch out further. Like right now, I'm doing custom pieces for women, so these dresses. But like later down for men, I want to do like nice little tailored blazers or cardigans and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to work on varsities for this winter actually. Gonna have more accessories. I honestly want to open up a store in Soho. Like that's my aim. That's my goal for like within 3 years. And charities as well, because like this year I'm trying to work with the Breast Cancer Foundation, so that I want for that whole entire month October, people who buy the special 34D breast cancer awareness shirts, 100% of the proceeds goes to breast cancer, because my mother had breast cancer and she's a survivor of it, and I felt that I got her jewels, I need to support and do something for breast cancer.
Oh, okay. So as far as a brand, do you have anything more immediate coming up, like a next event, a next line?
Well, I'm actually working on my next releases, which is for spring. I have 3 shirts. Swallow My Seeds, R&I shirt, and a Happy Meal shirt. And I'm also doing a 34D pillow, and I also have a special collaboration pillow that I'm doing with Viva La Pinky. I don't know if you know, but she's a fantastic person. Y'all need to check her out too. And that's for the spring, and in the summertime I'm trying to plan a little event. Like I wanted to throw a birthday party, but I'm not really into birthday parties, so I'm gonna throw an event for the summertime when I release my 34D commercial. The commercial is gonna be based on how 34D relates to everyday life. And I'm gonna have a calendar for next year. I'm doing a calendar shoot in November for next year, 2012, and I want to make it a repetitive thing. Like I just had this model casting thing, but I picked up the girls that's gonna be for the shoot this spring, the shoot in the summer, and the commercial, and for the calendar. So every year I want to build it up so it's kind of like America's Next Top Model. Girls try out to be on the 34D calendar every year.
Let people know how they can sign up to be a model.
Sign to be a model? Oh, you just have to email Tekeya, TEKEYA, at 34dbrand.com. Send in at least 4 pictures of yourself or your Facebook photo album links, your age and where you're from. You have to be from New York and New Jersey, where it's easy accessible for you to get to like Manhattan or Brooklyn or Bronx, or one of the places that we work out of. And we're very open. You don't have the 34Ds to be a model. We just like girls that look diverse, that have remarkable faces, whether it's their hair, whether it's their eyes, their tattoos, their skin. We just like people that stand out unique.
34Ds are preferable.
34Ds are preferable. 34Ds and up.
Sounds like my preference. Okay, then. So, who do you see coming up?
Who do I see coming up?
Like as far as like other clothing lines and things like that, like underground people wouldn't have heard about, that you see kind of like pair yours or something like that. No, I mean, you ain't want to be specific like the last question. So I mean, if you don't want to be specific, you don't have to. But do you see anybody coming up?
I mean, there's a lot of people coming up, but I can't really say. I just know when it comes to like fashion wise, there are a lot of people doing their thing. It's all about the longevity of it. Because there's some people that have the skills to keep going. There's some people that just have the marketing skills to make it seem like what their product is really big, when it's really not that big of a thing. So I have to say people who do well in marketing over just having something nice to do for. Because I know a lot of girls who do ill designs, but nobody really sees them that much. And there's people that have like little novelty kind of stuff, they make a lot of sales. So I can't really pinpoint somebody. It's just how it plays out in longevity.
Okay. So do you have any advice for people trying to get into clothing?
You have to do your research. You have to do your research. This year, I consider 2010 my trial and error year, because that's where I tried a lot of things, figured out a lot of things, made a lot of mistakes, but you have to do your research. You can't just jump into it and not know what you're doing. You have to know the history of the fashion, you have to know the history of the art, you have to know the qualities, you gotta know about the science and the business behind it, the finances behind it. It's not all about having design, throwing in a shirt and selling it. It's deeper than that. Like, you really have to research, and if you're serious about it, you have to put your all into it. If you like shopping, you're gonna have to stop the shopping and budget yourself to put it into that. Like, I have a bad shopping habit, but I had to stop it because it's priorities. So definitely you gotta do your research.
So, as we're about to wrap this up, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
I have to thank Naja, Takia, and Hillary. And Jade, they have been like my biggest supporters. They help me. I don't even have to ask them. They just do it off the strength that they believe in me. And my Aunt Gemma, I love them all, and I'm thankful that I have them. And as we progress, I'm gonna make sure that they have a place and they're provided for.
Well, let the people know how they can get in touch with you.
Oh, of course, you have to check out the site, 34dbrand.com. If you want to email me, it's Dea Pierre, DAPIERE at 34dbrand.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter. Hit me up whenever you want. I'm a very approachable person.
34D.
34dbrand.com.